Hello everyone and welcome to episode 4 of 5 with Fraser. Oh, that was a bit of a tongue twister. My next guest, I don't know how to introduce him. This is my boy, my brother. We've known each other through football. One of those connections that someone just becomes really close with you. Very lucky to call this person my friend, although we did meet in a playoff final where I might have missed and he went through. But without further ado,
but technically we both did.
Did you miss a penalty?
No, but you got through.
Yeah,
you got promoted.
We got promoted that year. We got promoted that year. You hear that? Look,
I've never been so upset in my life.
Technicality.
What a waste of a game.
Without further ado, I introduce Jack.
I don't know what to say.
Did you like that?
Yeah, that's not bad to be fair. That was actually not bad.
Played for the Dons.
No one knows
many
that.
as Dino. But all round
Jack.
All round good guy.
I appreciate it. That kind words actually made me blush a little bit, but I appreciate it, man.
Thanks for coming in, Jack.
No, it's my pleasure.
How
always, man. Surviving in a good way.
Yeah,
in a good way. Day by day. I don't know. Life's taken a turn recently for the better. I think you get to a certain age where a mindset just hits you. And you start just enjoying the little things. Like, this is a big thing for me.
Like, it's a big thing for us both.
It's actually a big thing for me. I thought, yeah, Fraser shouted me. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. But I'm not used to all this stuff, man. So just see how it goes, isn't it?
We're uncomfortable.
Yeah, you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable, though, innit?
Facts. We said we was going to do that this year. So
100%.
This sort of all started from our conversation at Nando's.
Nando's.
Shout out Nando's.
Yeah, if we can get a black card. Please. This conversation could be 100% laughs, right? Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
So, 5 with Fraze.
Number 4
questions.
though, that's poor. I should be number 1.
Everyone says that.
Yeah,
Everyone
that's
says
poor.
that. I'm so sorry, but
you're
busy.
I know who number 1 was.
No,
Cut that right out. We're cutting that right out. Anyway, I take it.
Anyway,
4's mad.
Okay,
Right, cool.
Sorry, you're number 4. I'm sorry. Right. So 5 questions, but first of all, we start with some icebreakers, just to settle you in.
Yeah, not that
How you feeling
it.
before we go into those? Good.
What about?
How you feeling about this? The process? You feeling
No,
nervous? You
it's
feeling
just
excited?
me and my boy talking, innit? We've done this many times before anyway. This ain't new to us. This is more for
people to see how we.
Yeah, not even that people need to see it. It's more. It's hard for people to talk, and I'm not saying that because I definitely won't open up probably as much as other people because I don't think I'm very good at that stuff. But I think I keep saying, you get to a certain age where helping people is more important than being flashy or showing like the realness, innit? So we've done this many a times. We've been, I'd say the last year and a half, 2 years, we've actually started talking. Like all of us, the group of boys, like you'll just say things and everyone's like, yeah, I got you. Like T would talk to me or Greenie. I'm saying these names, no one knows what they are, but we know what it means. So yeah, I'm calm. This stuff's calm.
Good. Right.
Icebreaker
number one.
Go on.
Okay. If you could eliminate one food from the planet,
easy. That's just food you don't like.
Go on, hit me.
Mushrooms, nasty
mushrooms.
Things.
No, people are this uproar.
I don't care.
Fried brekkie.
Is it for them or for me? Nasty stuff. Mushrooms, I'll throw a few in there.
No.
Courgettes, get rid of them. Aubergines, get rid of them. All of that stuff.
Those two in the bin.
Get in the bin. Dash them. Yeah, mushrooms, I don't like them.
No, mushrooms is I've done vegan.
And do you know what so have I.
And you didn't touch a mushroom?
Couldn't. If they do like, the mushroom burgers and that, the shroom burgers, I can sort of deal with that stuff.
Yeah.
But eat a mushroom on its own, no. I say another one, but I wouldn't say it. Fish. I don't eat fish.
I'm not a big fish person.
Because I know it looks so good. Like I can't eat sushi. But the fact that I see how presentable it looks, I'm like, yeah, you lot can have that. Because I wish I could eat that. Because it looks sensational.
Smells.
But fish, nasty. Can't do it. Only fish and chips. That's it. Fish fingers, but mushrooms, aubergines, courgettes, marrows. What was your one then?
I don't answer these.
Yeah, but I'm flipping it on you now.
You're flipping it on me?
Yeah.
What? Peanuts. For those of you that don't know.
Oh, did you find out?
No, I'm fixed on the smell. I got an appointment on Friday.
Yeah, nuts don't bother me either.
Peanuts can go straight in the
nuts don't
for
bother
health
me.
reasons.
Everyone goes, Snickers. I'm thinking that chocolate is nasty.
No.
Oh, Bounty can go as well. If we talk about chocolate, dash Bounty. In
desperate times, man, will eat a Bounty.
Yeah, that's the last one that comes out. The
when it's in
celebration
the box. You're looking at it like this. A week goes by,
you
you're
leave
like,
it, and they're the only ones that, go on, I'll force it.
Go on,
Yeah. Calm.
The bounty get touched up. Right. Question number 2.
How many icebreakers you got? Just so I can prepare
Three.
myself.
Prepare. Just a little warm up. And I know you're kind of injury prone, so.
That's mad.
I can't even talk.
That's mad. So I'm thinking, but I'm not going to do your own show. I'm not going to do.
Nah, I'll hold it.
Yeah, go on.
Right.
It's going to be mad.
What is the weirdest thing you've ever done because you've been too embarrassed to say no?
I'll be honest, I don't know. You know me though, I'm a recluse.
You can't get Jack out.
My social battery is low.
Jack,
this is big.
For those of you that don't know, you'll make plans with Jack 6 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
And my man
You
will
know
just
it's
say,
better off
I'm
doing it
ill.
on the day.
I'm ill today.
Have you got a backup icebreaker? Because I actually don't know.
Nah, let's run with it. It's real. You don't know the answer.
No.
We've come out the fact that you will shag the man them last minute.
Yeah, but you lot know that when I'm out, I'm vibes.
No, when you're there,
But it takes me hard to get. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's one thing I'm trying to change. My social battery is it my social battery or am I think I'm very comfortable being. I've always been, I had this conversation with my mum as well. It's like, because I'm an only child, I've always been on my own. So like, even when I was a kid, I grew up with my nan, which we'll hear about later anyway. So like, even my friends, whenever I went home, I had no friends. Because I didn't go out, I didn't go to school, primary school around where I live. So I was just on my own. So I'm very good on my own. So how can I don't know.
Number 3. What is the worst fashion trend you've ever sort of been
Boot
caught
cuts.
up in?
Oh, me?
Boot cuts.
Boot cuts.
Think about it, they're back in.
Nah, they're not like we used to though. When we remember,
silly.
like back in the day, you used to have
Scraping on
Air
the floor.
Forces,
Scraping on the floor.
and you couldn't even see the lace.
No.
Mad.
The back's manky.
Some of those jeans that I used to wear, crazy. Lot 29. Do you remember Lot 29? And you used to roll up the bottom of the jeans, and Bugs Bunny would come out.
Oh, like different little designs.
Yeah. That
Rings
stuff.
a bell.
That stuff. Franklin and Marshall hoodies.
No, they were alright.
No, but I'm talking about that era. The Franklin and Marshall hoodies.
I know
slapped.
they were cold.
But then I used to have the oversized t-shirts, which are now back in fashion. You know, like the flannel shirts.
Yeah.
But the colours I used to wear, mad.
Just Larry, matching up with the trainers.
Bro, my trainers, I remember I had like yellow, white and blue Adidas. Stuff like that. Crazy. Now I'm just white and black.
Yeah, I'm
monotone. I'm monotone.
Simple
I've learned that
colours.
monotone's best for me.
Simple, basic colours.
What was your worst fashion trend?
I think, you know, the hats with like Tigger and that on it. But like, it was nuts.
And Levi jeans. Do you remember that? Remember that? Them boot cuts. You ever remember the TikTok thing? But I think it was Vine back in the day. Do you remember Vine?
Yeah.
And you had that guy walking around and he's like, Levi jeans. And the guy's jeans were so baggy.
You know, another one.
And Timberlands.
No, I never done Tim's.
I did Tim's.
But I took Lila Scott too far, and I think there's a picture of me somewhere in a Lila Scott polo
Slap
with a tie. With a tie. With a tie.
What? A
I
shirt?
don't know,
A t-shirt?
I think I went, I don't know. Yeah, polo t-shirt. Yeah, with a tie.
Yeah, so
common.
back in those days, I wore some questionable. But it is mad though how things come back around. Like everything we wear now is loose fitted. Whereas in like 3-4 years ago, everything was tight.
like slim,
Tight
muscles
trousers,
out, yeah.
muscles wear.
You go to the gym now, bro?
Now I do. Back then I didn't. I must have looked like a lamppost. But anyway, we move on.
Right.
Move on.
We're starting.
Go on.
Question.
This is where we fly.
This is where we fly. Question number 1.
Do you get involved in them?
I don't.
Okay.
But if you...
No. I was just wondering if it's like a back and forth thing. But go on.
No, this is about you. No one cares about me.
That's a lie, but go on. Not even going to react to that one. Go on. Question number 1.
24 hours. You get one...
I'm going to cheat on this one before you finish the question, but go on.
You get one day
I get
to
2.
relive exactly as it is. Oh, you're taking 2? All right, you can do what you want.
No, I'm Dino.
To relive exactly as it is. You can't change a thing. Talk to me about the 2 days. That
2
Dino
days.
gets.
Well, they're basically the same. Both at Christmas. Obviously, my family, I've got a Greek side and I've got an Irish side. So I'd spend one Christmas with my Irish side and I'd spend one with my Greek side. Yeah. We've had this conversation before. And the more you say it to me, I've actually been thinking, you know what the maddest thing is? And I know I'm going left. Do you know how many people I've asked your questions to?
Yeah?
Yeah. They love it.
Oh!
They love it.
I've
spoke to my mum. My mum went, actually, let me do my... So, yeah, the first one, Irish side, just family means everything to me, man. Like, obviously, you've done a lot in life in terms of football and status, and I've done a lot in life. And people go to me like, oh, you've played for, like, your country. And I go, yeah. They go like, oh, you was a pro at Millwall? I'm like, yeah. They go like, oh, you played out in Cyprus, like, professionally, been in Europa League. I'm like, yeah, but that stuff don't mean nothing. And then you get to the real stuff, and they're like, I remember there was one time at Christmas, my whole Irish side was there, and what's that song by Mary J. Blige, Shackles? Do you know that song? I'm not going to sing it now because this could be a meme.
Experience about Christmas music, yeah. So.
Yeah, but Shackles not a Christmas song. You know Mary J. Blige?
Huh?
Take the shackles off. Anyway, I was singing that whole family blaring, so I'd relive that one. And then my Greek side, I can't even tell you specific Christmases because one year we'd go to one year we'd go to the other. But just for me, that was the moment where all my family got together. And it was just special, man, that we would just spend time together. And I know the next question, so I'm not going to delve too much into it. But just being able to spend time with my whole family together as one, that's easily what I'd do. No football, no accolades, no trips abroad, none of that. Just sitting either in Bermondsey or Pimlico with a family.
I think that's important because I was having like a conversation with someone the other day and they were talking about spending money on certain things, and I had to just let them know. But you have to be ready to receive this message that I'm like, you know, them nights out or...
What, they were saying they still like spending money now?
Yeah, no, and there's no problem with that.
No, not at all.
But like basically the conversation I was having was when you spend these £250, whatever it is, on the night out, great night. But you don't take that anywhere with you. And in 5 years, you're never going to look back and go, I wish I could spend that £250 on that night out.
Depends on the night. No, I'm not.
I think it depends on the reasons.
I don't even mean it in terms of how the night goes. I'm saying, for example... I go back to we get promoted.
I think that's the day though, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. So it depends on the night and the reasoning behind the night. So we're all in Prince of Peckham. Like, I won't forget that. I remember, obviously, me and T got promoted after we battered you lot. We won. Yeah, bad. What a bad game of football. We go Brixton. Never forgot that. Don't know nothing about the night. I just know that we got promoted and we went Brixton.
Yeah, and that's completely away from, like, what I meant with this person is when you're on that, you know, that carousel and you're just going nights out for the sake of going nights out, and you're buying bottles and you're buying this for the wrong reasons. Great, have fun, no problem. But when you ask questions like this and what matters to you, you're not going to go back.
Them things are not even close.
No.
They're not
so
even
I think
close.
that's interesting that you picked that up, and mine would be, my answer would be almost identical. Yeah. Identical to yours.
Yeah.
So
I saw your post the other day. That was nice.
You like that?
But I wasn't going to say nothing until I saw you, but that was nice.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you.
Nancy.
Yeah, of course, man.
It must be hard to post though.
Even when I think we're the same in that, even when I made it, I looked through the pictures, like, I'm welling up in it.
See, I'm different. I'm not the same as you.
I know your views on it are quite different. Yeah. No. And this.
I know what you mean. I'm not saying
welling up welling up in a very different way.
Yeah.
Like welling up where like I'm filled with love. Yeah. I miss you.
It's mad. I was looking through
wait
pictures.
To see you again.
I was looking through pictures when I was waiting, and I was like, she pops up. Both of them pop up. You're like, man. And then I don't know if you still get it, but there's like moments where I'm driving. I'm like, I'm gonna call you, and you're like, damn, can't call you. That stuff hurts.
I feel them.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
But then I don't get upset. I'm like, I know you're listening to me anyway, because I'm very spiritual. But there's moments I'll drive like, I want to tell you about this thing. You're like, damn. But
it's an interesting one to navigate for sure.
But yeah, my one, 100%. Any could be multiple, but just any day spent with family or just doing meaningful stuff. I remember there was one time I went to Portugal. Just had one of the best family holidays. Just me, my mum, my dad. I'd relive those moments. Just anything family orientated, I'd relive it.
Yeah, I think we're the same. We're the same there. And you're very special because you got 3 days when everyone else gets one.
I just break the mold, innit? Does anyone say something similar?
No, I think ours are almost the same. I think we're standalone at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, with the family day.
So what would
a lot about like like achievements, like re-experiencing like a sport achievement. Yeah, it's a bit different.
Wow.
Yeah, a bit different, but for good reasons. So
no, I don't think there is a right or wrong answer to this. It's just you get into that certain like stage where you start thinking like who you hang around with is quite similar to yourself. You know, it's mad because you don't want to sound like quotey, but you start cutting down your circle and everyone's kind of has the same realizations as you or the same mindset as you. So I would expect us. I didn't think people would do, but maybe because I'm so against sporting achievements.
Yeah, you got a weird relationship with sport.
Massively.
I think you go in your own.
Yeah.
Question 2, you ready? You get to travel back to one specific moment in time and tell a younger you one thing and one thing only. Where'd you go, Jack?
I go 16 years old or 15 years old. I go work harder, worry less. That's where I go. You're going to ask me why.
That was refined.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Why'd you go there? Like, where was you at then? 15,
so
16?
15, I'm just finishing up school. I'm at Millwall. I've got my scholarship already, so I know roughly where I'm heading in life. But ever since I was young, and I love my dad to bits, but he was hard on me and I would never have it any other way. But I spent my whole life competing. So I'd say in terms of worry less, in terms of just enjoy your life. Like I wish sometimes I took school less seriously. Massively wish I took it less seriously. I tried really hard and I'd still try really hard. But if I could go back to school, I would easily. Like a lot of people hated school. I love my school. Secondary school was lit. All my boys, which is mad because a lot of people say, "Oh, you still talk to like loads of your friends?" I'm like, "Yeah, I play with half of them.
Yeah, use lots.
Like we're close. Yeah, which is crazy. Like, so I think I'd worry less and enjoy school more, and not be so worried about my grades and stuff like that. And then work harder. I won't say I gave up at football, but like I said, from I started Crystal Palace at 8. By the time I got to Millwall at 16, 17, what's that? 10 years of just battling, competing, fighting against people, trying to be like the next best thing. So by the time I got to 16, I think I sort of checked out, which is not the right mindset to have. And when I mean like work harder, not to become a footballer. If I became one, brilliant. If I didn't become one, brilliant. But now I'm at a point in life where no matter what I do, I give it 100%. Whether I like it, don't like it, I think I need to give everything 100%. And there's a quote that says, like, I can't remember it off by heart, but for me, the reason or the meaning behind being a man is doing the stuff you know you don't want to do, but you have to do it anyway. And that's given me so much life and freedom. It's like, I might not want to do these things, but I have to do them. So if I could go back in time and just say, look, Jack, whatever you do, put 100% in. Whether it works or it don't work, it don't matter. Because you know you can look at the end of the day and go, I gave it my everything. And then life's short.
Trust me.
We're getting to the age now where we've probably got, I don't think we're there yet, but we've almost got the same behind us as we have in front of us. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like small, I'm not even saying go and do amazing things, but like stuff like this, enjoy. Like how many times are you going to do a podcast with your boy?
Nah, I'm very good.
I've read a book. When you're driving on the way to work, like how many people get to listen to music on the way to work? We might know that as like an everyday thing. That's a big thing to do. Or just go and eat wherever you want to eat. So every small thing in life, just enjoy it. Yeah. And don't compare. That's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
Don't compare. So just live in your own little bubble and just have fun. Give everything and then whatever happens, happens.
So what was a 15, 16-year-old you like? I know you spoke about the pressures of football. And obviously we know now you're very introverted, but very spiritual. What were you like at 15, 16?
What, characteristic-wise?
Yeah, like it was a young Dino, like.
I wasn't, don't do that. Or was it Dino back at that time?
Sorry.
I'm not even Dino now.
So
I'm just Jack. Yeah. That's a hard one. I wasn't introverted when I was younger. I don't think if we're talking about football, I don't think I was built for football characteristically. I'm not very good in big settings. I like to keep myself to myself. And I've never really followed trends or tried to be one of the group. Like, I'm very comfortable being who I am. So my mum told me a story once. We was in year 6 and we go to France on a 5-day trip. And the teachers go, we're sitting on the coach. And the teachers go, is there anyone that's going to miss their mum or miss their family? No one put their hand up. My mum says she sees my little hand go up. She goes, I miss my mum. Like, I never cared what people think. If I felt something, I'd done it. So that would have been 16-year-old me. I think I tried to impress a little bit, but not to a certain extent where I would change who I am. But I did want to be cool, which couldn't be further from the truth now. It's hard remembering that time ago. That's like 15 years ago, you know.
Oh, no. You keep reminding me.
What was 15-year-old Fraser? I was shy. There's another one. I was shy, but I hid it. Do you ever do that? Like, really, I didn't like being in thingy places, but I tried to act cool, or I tried to be louder than what I needed to be, because I wasn't really comfortable in my own skin. But I don't think any 15, 16-year-old that's going to be comfortable in their own skin, especially in the environment I was in. Being a footballer, it's hard. Being comfortable who you are, you sort of follow trends. You want to be one of the cool kids. School, I was very good at school. Unbelievably good at school. Probably not as much as you, but I was up there. And I regret that sometimes. People go to me like, do you ever wish you played football? And sometimes I say no. And they go, what? I'm like, because I was smart. And then, not that I would get a high paying job or something, but because I was smart, I would have then figured out what I enjoyed. But I've said this to many people, like, because I played football at the age of 5, I never experienced anything else. It was just football. I don't know my hobbies. I didn't know who I was. I know we'll get into it later, but yeah, that's one.
Thanks for sharing, Jack.
It's all right.
So question 3, my personal favourite.
Why can't I be known as someone that helped you?
Would you
create this?
Helped
Not create it, but like, I was there.
You can get your flowers.
I was market research.
You can get your flowers.
I was market research.
There was a few people that I have to shout out. Yeah, you definitely one of them.
Who else is up there?
Nando's.
Just so I know.
I done a whole rehearsal.
It wasn't just Nando's. Don't do that. We had a few
chats. And
you dragged me to the gym to do high rocks as well.
Yeah. I appreciate you. You knew we're going to do a high rocks together. But I had a...
No, I went straight back to bagging weight.
I sat down. Everyone's been outstanding, to be honest. Like, it's been such a humbling experience for so many reasons. I've got to shout out Jay, who done a whole rehearsal phone call with me. Bingham, Daly.
Yeah.
Everyone's been
Damo.
top. Damo's been
he shouted me after the thingy.
Yeah.
He's like, you're sick of football. I said, you're only saying that because of Fraser. It's like, nah, you're the best one. I'm like, nah, you're mocking it. But,
give yourself some flowers, but we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Halfway point. Favorite question?
Not really. That's 2 out of 5. We're
on question 3 now.
2/3.
That's the half.
Yeah.
Now we're literally in the middle of 1 and 5.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. Go on.
Good in school.
I actually got 4 A stars.
Oh,
yeah. I'm dropping.
Was it one of them in maths?
No, PE.
I don't say that.
No, I got an A in maths. I only got 1 B in French. Everything else was A's. Hold that. History, English, maths. What else I take? Science. Yeah.
So I ask you again. 1 to 5. What's in the middle?
3.
Thank you. So, strength and power. 2 massive words. I think, especially when we talk about masculinity, I think they become quite big themes. And what that means to us. So what do those 2 words mean to you, and when do you feel...
This one in the questions, you threw me a curveball.
Oh, power, look. Strength and power.
Go on.
What do they mean to you?
What, in terms of masculinity or just in general?
Just in general.
Ooh. if you asked me this a couple of years ago, my answer would be totally different to what it means now. So strength and power. Let me try and whittle them down. So for me, the place where I'm at now, they kind of both mean the same thing. And for me is there's two ways you can look at it. So internally, strength is what you do for yourself, being a better person every day. This sounds so cliche, but it's actually true. The things you can work on for yourself, how to be a better person, and then how to affect the world in a better place. And I'm not talking Mother Teresa. I'm not talking touching millions of people here, there, and there, just the people around you. Like, you're the same as me. We both work with kids. The amount of impact you can have just making a kid's day, or showing them the right way and being an example, especially with kids. You learn they don't follow what you say, they follow what you do. So being that sort of example is just picking people up. For me, strength and power is you can either show people the way or you can be the way. And that helps you as much as it helps them. So I try and use that where I try and inspire people, but they don't really know that the fact that I'm trying to inspire them keeps me on track. So strength and power is just doing the right thing to the best of your ability. That's mine.
And can I have an example of when, because obviously I know like what you do for a living, it doesn't necessarily need to be from work, but when you've done that.
What shows strength and power?
When you've shown the way, when you've done the right, like something that you feel like, yeah, I've done the right thing there.
All right, so this must have been a couple of years ago. I was working in a school. I work with primary school kids, so they're only young. And I'm working at lunchtime. And this one kid comes out and he's got pink socks on. They're his sister's socks. He's a boy. Obviously, I don't know the ins and outs of the family, but I'm guessing either hasn't got too much money or just parents have had a rush morning and they put the son in pink socks with frilly bits on the end. They weren't just pink socks, they were his sister's socks with the lace or whatever they are at the end. And all the kids are laughing at him. And I go, nah, pink socks are cool. And they're still kind of laughing at him. I've sort of taken the heat off him a little bit. And I said, yeah, I'd wear pink socks. That's nothing. Pink socks are nothing. I wear pink socks. Hey, cool, you look cool, dude. And the kids stop laughing at him, but deep down you think, nah, he's wearing his sister's socks. So the next day I come into school.
Pink socks on,
straight up.
Yeah,
straight up. I walked into the playground. I lift my trousers up, swinging, lift them up, pink socks. I said, look, pink socks are cool. For the rest of the year, nothing. So I don't know if I've done anything, but in my mind, I was like, if I've eased his way through school a little bit, or even that day, or I made him feel better about himself, for me, that's like showing power. There's plenty of times people have done stuff like that for me. So yeah, small things like that can affect people's day in my mind. So I was like, yeah, that's one where I try to show a bit of strength and power and use my status as being like an adult. Yeah, so off the top of my head, that's one.
No, I like that. You just come up with off the dome as well. I like
yeah. You've really hit me with this one. Yeah, no, that's one. So just little things like that.
No, I like it. And you definitely would have had a massive impact on that child. Even
probably, or just to help him get through that day. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think as a society now, whoa, let me redo that one. Society now, like with social media, you think you've got to do big things all the time. Like even us, we've got to be doing this, or even like, the bigger it is, the better it is. That's not really how the world works. It just looks like that. But if you could do small little things each and every day and just make people feel good about themselves, then that's it for me.
That 1% is
Trust
so
me.
important.
Kaizen, you ever heard of it?
Taught me.
1%.
It's always just
1% improvement every day. I love it. I love Japanese culture, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you into it.
Yeah. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Right. Question 4 is, obviously I know like your energy and how you deal with things is very different to mine, but I'm hoping you can talk me
Mine's
through.
not right, but go on.
Listen, it's your way.
I don't think
it's your way.
Yeah.
But can you talk me through like a time where you've faced like a particular dark time or hard time? What did that look like for you and how did you overcome it?
I have a period of time, 25. So what's that? About 2020. Just before COVID. So October 22nd, I dislocate my knee. I end up snapping my ACL. So everything I've known, which is football, gone. I have surgery 2 weeks before COVID, which is a blessing in disguise that I know that now. But then obviously the recovery period is hard because I've got no gym. So that really affected me. COVID, both my grandparents go into hospital, but they go into different hospitals. And me being the youngest in terms of my family, I wouldn't say I wasn't too phased about COVID, but I thought I could deal with it. So I was the one that was doing the hospital visits. I then take my mum to Lions King Theatre for her birthday. We exit the theatre. She gets a phone call saying that her mum's had a brain hemorrhage. The next day she passes. So that period of 2020 to 2024 has just been a roller coaster of injuries, which stopped my football career, which was the worst thing that happened to me and the best thing that happened to me at the same time, because I learned who I was. And it gave me an understanding of myself that I don't think I'd ever would have gotten. Seeing both grandparents struggle really rocked me. Losing my nan rocked me. But more than that, seeing my mum struggle rocked me. I would say I'm quite old school in terms of being a man and dealing with things. Anything that happens to me, I can deal with easy, no problem. Give me all the pain. I see my granddad and my nan in hospital. Let me have COVID. Give it to me. I'll take it. I see him struggling with stuff. I'll take it. But seeing my mum struggle and seeing her upset, and there's nothing that I can do to change that, that hits you. So that whole period of 2020 to 2024 with just multiple things hitting at me left, right and centre and trying to just dig through it and just carry on going, that would be the darkest time. But I wouldn't change it.
How's your mum doing now?
That's a question you're going to have to ask her. She's getting better. I don't think those things though never go.
No.
But I keep trying to tell her, do you know how lucky you are to feel that way? And it doesn't seem that way, but I say to her, like, the fact that you have that relationship and you felt that love for your mum and the love that you had with your mum and all those memories, some people don't have that. So the fact that you have that is a blessing and you can live those and they'll always be with you. So that's the way I try and look at things with my nan and my yaya. I'm going to say yaya from now on because that's who she is. It's Greek for nan. I just look back at those times and think I'm blessed to feel this pain because that means I got to spend my time with you. If I didn't spend my time with you and have those memories, I wouldn't feel this pain. I'd take this pain every day if it meant I got time to spend with her the way I did. And I'll live with the pain. That's not a problem. It's hard. Don't get no easier. But if I had to substitute the pain for not having what I had with her, that's not even a question. Every day with her, man.
Yeah, no, of course.
Every day.
It outweighs it.
Oh, easy. I'll take any pain.
So talk to me. You had the injuries, the loss. You're navigating the loss for yourself, and you're also carrying it for your mum.
Mm-hmm.
How?
And my dad, because my yaya passed, and she only passed. All time's a blur now. 4 months ago, June.
I know it's still quite
fresh.
We spoke about that one.
Fresh.
So how do you navigate that?
Like you said, we deal with things different ways. Yeah. I don't think mine's the right way. I've been reading a lot recently and I would say I'm very stoic. I think I go cold, which is not a good thing. But it's the only way I know how to deal with things. So I shut off emotionally. Not because I'm scared of the pain for myself, but like I said to you, I deal with a lot of the things. So I want to look after my mum. I want to look after my dad. Now, obviously, my granddad's alone, so I want to look after him. The only way I can do that efficiently is to shut off emotion and just bang, 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 bang. Deal with point A. My granddad needs something, deal with that. My dad needs something, deal with that. If my mum's struggling, I deal with that. But if I'm emotional, I can't think straight.
But then how do you, because I'm just so interested, because as you said, we're a bit chalk and cheese on this. How do you then go to the Nando's and live the day to the fullest? How do you then enjoy sitting in this podcast and be there when you've kind of emotionally detached?
I break things up. So like, it's almost like zones. I'll go see my granddad every day because I work in the school that I used to go to as a kid, and he obviously lives 2 minutes away. So it's almost like a switch flicks in my brain. Like, right, cool, this is go time now. It's like almost like work. This is go time. When you're here, you got to make sure he's doing okay. You can't show any weakness because I know he's struggling, being alone. His life's changed. Like, he's an 80-year-old Greek man, but 5 years ago, he was climbing trees, farming. You know, the old school generation. Nowadays, like, struggling to walk. Them things affect you. And I feel like because of who I am, I'm a very emotional person. So if you, for example, told me you're having a bad day, that messes up my day. I can't deal with it because I feel bad for you and I want to help you, but I can't. So I, on the flip side, think if I'm upset, I might ruin somebody else's day or I might make them feel bad. So I can't show them that. So I'll walk into my granddad's door and open the door, happy as Larry. What do you need? You need something? I'll go get it for you. I won't show any emotion during that because I feel like I don't want to let him down. But then as soon as I come here, that's a different Jack. Now I'm like with Fraser Jack and I'm chilling and life is good. And life's even good when I'm with him. It's just I switch off. I'm like, I've got to get this done, not for me, for him. Or if I'm with my mum, I've got to show her that I love her, and if she needs anything, I've got her, and if she's got any problems, I've got her. And that's just, I don't know. I don't think it's the right way because I definitely think it seeps into my everyday life, and there's certain things where I might be wary of connection or letting myself go too much because I'm scared of feeling that. But I think I'm getting better at it. I'm definitely not cold it, but I just do it more of if I can do the job that I need to do to the best of my ability, being emotionless and focused, then it works better for me.
But you journal as well, right? You're a big journaler.
I try to.
Yeah.
I don't do it consistently, but I'd like to.
But when you journal, are you like
grateful?
Talking about
three grateful things? No.
A lot about just gratitude.
I block it out. Mine's gratitude only.
Out,
yeah. I don't do like what made me feel bad. I just do 3 things that I'm grateful for every morning, and they got to be the smallest things. So like it could be a good cup of coffee.
In your new machine.
An espresso. Shout out my boy Fraser. That is the best thing I've ever bought. Have you got the frother?
No.
See, you're not levels. You're not levels. It could be a cup of coffee. It could be saying hi to my mum in the morning. I feel like if you take gratitude out the smallest things, you'll always be happy. Always.
A lot of people spoke about gratitude journaling.
Yeah, it's massive. I don't do it as consistently as I like.
We started a group chat, you know. You should jump in.
Right, now you're telling me. Who's in the group chat?
Greenie started it.
No way.
It's nice. It's good.
Go on,
like
buds.
voice notes, messages, videos, just one a day in it.
What, of what you're grateful for?
Yeah.
That's lit.
Yeah.
That's such a good idea.
We'll add you.
Oh, cheers. Don't know if I want it now. It's like a pity ad.
I didn't make the group chat. So I'm deflected.
I'm going to have a go at Greenie there. So why are you not adding me in the group?
Cool him up.
That's a good idea.
Straight under the bus. No, it's really good.
That's a really good idea.
And it kind of just goes to show, I think, like we're all kind of trying to do things at the same time, which is nice. Like have those types of conversations.
It's a realization, isn't it?
Yeah,
You just start realizing what's important and what gets you through the day. Because I also think there's nothing wrong with having bad days, and there's nothing wrong with struggling. But it's about finding those little moments in between just to keep you going to the next good day. And then you'll have a couple of good days and it'll be bad again. But if you keep going, if you keep the momentum going, you'll push through those bad days.
So we're at the final question, Jack. So this one's about sort of like pivoting or like a big change, like a eureka moment kind of. Something that's happened that's completely changed the way you sort of think, feel or walk the world. So what's that thing and what changed it?
Loss.
Yeah. What did it change in you?
You go through life, especially when you're younger, without no realization of what life is. From the ages of 1 till early 20s, just living. Everything's good. Got no stresses, no worries. You wake up thinking, what am I going to wear today? What am I going to eat? How am I going to play football? And that's it. And then loss hits you and you're like, life is fragile. Like this could all end tomorrow. If it's me, I could probably take it because I won't even know what's going on. I'm up in heaven chilling with everybody else. But then you realize people close to you could go. So loss hits you really hard. And then well-being. Because you realize that loss creates things in people, and you start seeing other. When you're young, when we're together or you're with all your boys, everyone's happy. Then you start getting to 25s, 30s, you start thinking about life, partners, mortgages, just getting through day-to-day life. You're like, this is not as easy as what I want for. And then you start realizing that you've got to make the most out of what you can and still be successful. When I say the word successful, there's different meanings to it. For me, being successful is looking after yourself and looking after people around you and being comfortable. So then you start realizing like those things matter, not only for me, but for the people around me. So you start to switch on to those things a bit more. So that's what I think loss would have changed me in that way. That pivoted me to think, live every day and look after others while you're living every day and don't take nothing for granted. What was yours, loss?
What's been my biggest turn? I never prepared for the question to come back to me. What's been my biggest turning point, my biggest pivot?
It's hard. Because I could say loads of things though, like my ACL was a massive turning point for me.
For me, I think I had a relationship, and my first sort of, I would call it my first adult relationship, was a massive eye-opener to something was wrong. And I didn't notice it in the time, but something was massively wrong emotionally with me. And I was very heavily basing myself off others. So like you go into the dressing room, you see how men interact with each other and how they talk about women. So I got I bought into that massively. And then I tried to enter this adult relationship. And then when things got tough, because you spoke about relationships being tough, and how I responded was poor. And then when the relationship broke down, I remember just sitting in a hole, like, what is this feeling? Like, and I tried to go out, party, numb, and none of it worked. And it just completely changed me. You know what, like emotionally, that's not how I want to show up in the world anymore. Like I need to make some changes. And it definitely wasn't a linear journey.
I don't think anything ever is.
No, because it's up and down. But it was a massive turning point for me, just like, as an emotional being, as an emotional man, like changed a lot for me.
Yeah.
So that's
I never really had the relationship one in terms of figuring out like something was wrong with me emotionally. I never really bought into that footballer lifestyle thing, or I've never like I've never been unfaithful ever. That stuff don't bother me. I'm not trying to draw you out.
No,
I'm just saying,
listen,
like,
I own it, and I own it. I was
never,
in it heavy. I was in
never
it heavy.
ever. I think a lot of that I learned from my old man though.
I wasn't that heavy. I'll be real. Like, I have to hold my hands up.
That stuff I've never ever done it.
I think I was always torn between like my core wanting a happy and healthy relationship, and then kind of tying into having no idea what it looks like and having no idea what.
I don't think you ever do.
But again, you said like you had your dad around, and I don't know many people, which is sad to say, that have had it modeled for them, like to see how does a man navigate this. Like, okay, my mum and dad or whoever it is has just had an argument. What does that look like? And it's a conversation definitely for another day. But I thought the answers.
Never thought of it like that.
I thought the answers definitely lied in like I could be selfish and get away with things because I thought that was the norm, when in reality it's not, and I don't want it to be. And that was the change. So that was mine. Thanks for asking the question back.
It's all right. Did no one else ask it back?
Some of people have asked me some question back, and every single time I've been like, So the last one as well. So that's nice. But we're on the sign-off part of the show.
Yeah, I know the sign-off part of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't know. Hit me with the sign-off part of the show.
So this is just all about you leaving the one viewer, however many viewers we have, with a saying, something, anything.
I got this one down.
Yeah.
I got this.
Yeah, I can see it. In your mind.
I'm going to say it all wrong.
Something that could help. We spoke about that 1%. Could help. They could see this, make their day that 1% better. What would you say to someone?
You can either dance in the rain or you can sulk in the rain. Either way, it's still raining. That's good, innit?
That was good.
I read that.
I don't even need
unbelievable. What does that mean?
It's raining. You have to accept it and make the most of that situation.
Exactly.
Like nothing. You sulking.
Anything in life is how you perceive it.
Yeah, of course.
It's how you perceive it, and I think that hit me recently. Of like, whatever you face or whatever comes up your way, how you look at it is how you're going to deal with it. So yeah,
I like
make
that
sure
one.
you're dancing.
I do my best.
Make sure you're dancing.
I do my best.
Don't sulk.
I do my best.
it's
I like a
radio.
little sulk.
Yeah, you can have a little sulk up. I always said like, there's nothing wrong with that, but you give yourself time, then you cut it off. You're back onto the next one.
Facts.
Don't fester.
But Jack, honestly, I know this isn't your usual bag, and so I appreciate you so much for coming out to this.
Man.
And
Anything for you.
yeah, I don't think
Nah.
you're emotional. I appreciate that. I appreciate you coming on.
My brother.
And I look forward to having more conversations with you as they've been of late.
Man, always, man. More Nando's.
More Nando's.
More Nando's.
Hey, we're just hustling for that.
You
black
know where
card.
the camera is. I was there. More Nando's.
Appreciate you, bro.
Always.